Alright, what's going on, guys? Welcome back. My name is Kreepers. I'm here today to talk about a very important item in Paladins. Unfortunately, I've noticed, especially on these past few days, there's everybody playing IO and everybody saying that IO is bad. Now, I'm gonna leave that for another video. I don't totally agree with that, but I'm gonna leave that for another video. As for now, for this video, I'm gonna be talking about the importance of rejuvenate. A lot of people don't know about the true essence of rejuvenate, alright? It's not just, oh, in the beginning of the match you get more heals. No. For a lot of people, you possibly don't know this, but rejuvenate actually cancels cauterize. Now, you may say, oh yeah, but that's logical, Creepers. It is not. That is not logical whatsoever, because if you think about it, rejuvenate is in your kit. You have to buy it yourself. If somebody hits you after, cauterize cuts off 30, 60, and 90% healing, right? That should work upon the final base healing you're receiving. So if you have rejuvenate 3 and you're receiving 130% of what normally you would be receiving, which is 100%, that means that it may be, instead of receiving 1000 health per maybe a con's healing shout, battle shout actually, you would receive 1300, right? And what would happen is cauterize would apply 30, 60, or 90% to those 1300, because that's the logic, right? That's the final logic about this. But Evil Mojo decided to not use logic on this and decided to maybe give priority to rejuvenate. So there's a way to still maintain themselves in the, you know, end of game sort of speak part of the game. And what happens is rejuvenate actually cancels cauterize, and that's pretty good. Now, the bad thing about this is that rejuvenate only gives 30% extra healing, but that's the thing. Rejuvenate is not the only thing that gives you extra healing when being cauterized. There's other things, like for example, Inara's right click will give you up to 40% healing of, you know, what you receive extra. It gives you extra. Then there's cards, for example, like Makoa or Terminus, that upon reaching a certain level of health, you'll receive more healing, right? You need to put 5 points on that card, yeah, sure, but Inara doesn't really have that much movement, so she focuses on damage reduction and you know, and getting a little bit extra heals. But now I'm going to show you the numbers with Pip, the healing potion, using the Mega Potion talent that gives 2,400 per health, per potion actually. And we're going to go against Cauterize 1, 2, and 3. And I'm going to be doing tests with Rejuvenate 3 and also a second test for each one of the Cauterizes for the Rejuvenate 3 together with the right click of Inara. The right click gives you 40% extra, so you sort of have here the idea. That's around like 70%. That's a lot. It looks like not, but trust me, it makes a huge difference. So let's go right into it. So we're gonna start off with no cauterize whatsoever and rejuvenate 3, right? Initially you should receive 2,400, but with rejuvenate 3 and no cauterize whatsoever, you're going to receive 3,120. That is a lot more than the initial 2,400, and as such, you already see here rejuvenate doing something. Early game, when there's no cauterize on you, trust me, rejuvenate is going to make you sustain yourself for a long time. And cauterize comes in to sort of reduce the time to kill, because you don't want to be in that boring fight like hours, right? You don't want to be like in an hour-long siege match. So yes, cauterize comes in to sort of soup that time away. Now, if you can pay attention into the screen, Savannah, which is my wife, she is shooting continuously into the sky so she doesn't enter out of combat. The person in question took out of her all of her health, or at least a bit, so I could heal for the maximum possible to have that precise number. And then we decided to do it with Cauterize 1. But remember, we have Rejuvenate 3. So what's going to happen with Cauterize 1 and Rejuvenate 3, it's pretty simple. It completely denies Cauterize. And so she receives 2,400. You don't have that extra either. Since Rejuvenate is canceling the Cauterize, it also is not going to give you that extra health. So it gives you the base. It's like she doesn't have anything. But now, let's go with Cauterize 1, the ability to right click, and Rejuvenate 3. Gives her 2,970. That's less 150 HP on the heals than the initial no cauterize with Rejuvenate 3 for some reason. But you can notice that on her bar, the cauterize no longer appears, which is really weird, right? But that's pretty much because she has so much extra healing that cauterize doesn't even do anything anymore. It's like not there anymore. It's just not existent. All right, so there's a percentage of the rejuvenate in the right click that goes and cancels out cauterize, which, by the way, it's not exactly 70%, 30 plus 40, because there's diminishing returns, but you sort of get the idea here. I also forgot to test out no cauterize with rejuvenate 3 in the right click, but hey, you could sort of get the idea. You can get up to maybe like 3,500 if you do that. But that's not the importance here. The importance that I want to try to bring to you guys is what rejuvenate can do against cauterize. Now, let's go into cauterize 2. Rejuvenate 3 gives you 30% extra healing, and cauterize 2 takes 60% out of the healing, right? So what this does is that rejuvenate 3 is going to cancel one of the levels of cauterize, becoming cauterize 1, and that's what happens here. You're going to receive 1,680 with cauterize 2 and rejuvenate 3. There you go, still a very big number for cauterize 2. Cauterize 2 is more than 50% of healing, it's 60%, so that's a lot, right? And if Inara uses the right click, she receives 2,250 together with the rejuvenate and being cauterized by level 2. So 2,250, that is almost the base potion, which is 2,400. You can see here that Inara is actually a beast when it actually comes to sustain herself longer and longer throughout the game. She has damage reduction, and she also has that extra healing. She can also go with rejuvenate, possibly even Haven. Haven will actually reduce the incoming damage from normal shots, but only direct shots, all right? And then we have blast shields that will reduce from the AoE, you know, some explosions and so on. So if you want to go like rejuvenate 3, blast shields and Haven, you can even become more of a beast. But we're not talking about damage reduction, we're talking about healing. And there is a reason why I want to talk about all of this, okay? Let's continue. Cauterize 3. Cauterize 3 with rejuvenate 3 will actually allow you to still be healed by 960. This may not look like much, but that is as much as a healing shot from Khan. That is pretty much 1,000 health. Alright, cauterize 3, I'm sorry, but that is a very good number. I will take it. That will help you a lot, especially if you're playing healing Pip and you hit both the Inara and somebody else. You'll have another one in just a few seconds, and you can heal up to 2,000 in late game. It is insane, right? And then we can go to the ability as well. Using the ability rejuvenate 3 and being cauterized with no level 3 cauterize, you can still heal by 1,530. That is a lot. Out of 2,400 initially, you have been reduced on your health, on your healing by 870. Now this completely depends on the Pip to see two things. You have to pay attention to when people are being cauterized, yellow on the health bar, and you have to also pay attention for the Inara to be glowing, meaning that she's CC immune, in case she's using Mother's Grace, of course. That this means that she actually has even more healing. I would try to wait for that. That is also a job for the healers. Healers need timing. Healers need to see when people are being cauterized, all right? Ever since IO has came to the live servers, it's been like, what, 2-3 days? I've been playing a lot of IO, and I gotta say, I have a video coming up just for that. I'll just leave that for another video, seriously. But ever since I started off playing IO, I've been playing lifelink most of the times, and there's a reason for that. I can leave the Fox on point capturing or even healing the tank while I go and focus on other people. I have 3 other people to focus instead of the tank that stays on point with that healing totem, if you want to call it, and that is a lot of less pressure on me. Then I just have to focus on the people who are more ahead that will possibly take more damage and see when they're not being cauterized. That's the thing about healers. People need to see when you're being cauterized. You cannot heal somebody when they're being cauterized. You're gonna be completely shut down. Unless that people, of course, those people have Rejuvenate 3 and possibly some extra healing cards or even an ability like, for example, our girl Inara. But that's the thing, not everyone does that, and that's the thing as well. This video is not just for the healers. This video is mainly for the rest of the people who are not playing healers. You need to get Rejuvenate 3. Get Cauterize 3 or Record 3, depending on which one of the roles you're going to take, and as soon as possible, get that Rejuve. Possibly get maybe either Haven or Nimble or Chronos or Morale Boost, depending on what you need for the last item, but definitely take that Rejuvenate as a second item. At the time that you're going to buy Rejuvenate 2, there's already Cauterize 2 and 3 on the go by the enemy team. If you already have Cauterize 3, that means that they have the potential to also be with Cauterize 3. So if I was you, I would definitely get that Rejuve. You're not just going to be helping yourself sustain yourself, survive to Cauterize 3 and 2. You're also going to be helping your healer, because your healer is now going to heal you faster, even if you're not being cauterized, and then he can go and focus on somebody else. So there you see. Cauterize can be shut down with Rejuvenate. Not completely, but by a lot. And definitely those cards that the tanks have to get extra healing upon reaching a certain health pool, definitely use them. So that is pretty much it. This is the importance of Rejuvenate. Please buy it as much as possible. You'll survive a lot more, especially as tanks. You'll help your healer a lot more. Your healer even can sustain himself a little bit with some certain cards to get heals back when they're healing. There's pretty much all of those cards for every single healer, I think. Pretty much that's it. I hope you start giving a little bit more respect to your healers, because they really try, alright? Unless they don't know anything about timing, or they just don't know anything about location, or even having cards on their loadouts to reduce the maximum possible of healing, you should respect your healer, and you should respect your teammates as well. Don't be toxic, alright? That's pretty much it for this video. I hope you guys enjoyed. Also, I want to give a special shout out to Phoenix and Blueberry. They helped me out here recording, and a big, more special shout out to my wife Savannah, because she also took her time to help me up. She now has a new computer, so she can help me a little bit more on these type of recordings. You can even record on her own side, but let's just go for my point of view. And thank you so much, Savannah, my wife. Thank you, Phoenix and Blueberry. You guys are awesome. Thank you so much for helping out. And thank you guys for watching the video. So don't forget to share this video. Try to put it out there so everybody starts using Rejuvenate a lot more, alright? Thank you so much for watching. That'll be it for today. I'll see you guys next time. And until then, have a wonderful time. Bye-bye, guys.